Good afternoon, esteemed viewers and followers. This is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. It is the return of your weekly program, Top Issues on Nation Building. With me here, we have Mr. Dudu Jawara, the president of Bluebee Gambia Charitable Organization. So, I'll be your host, Ibrahim Mbai. Like I mentioned, we have a young man here who will take us through, Bluebee Gambia Charitable Organization. So, Mr. Jawara, you're welcome to Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Let me allow him to share some words with our wonderful viewers down there. Mr. Jawara, you're welcome to Fine TV Gambia.
Hi, thank you very much. By the way, it's Badu Jawara, not Dudu. But I get the enthusiasm. And thank you very much. I'm very happy to be on this platform.
Thank you, Badu Jawara. And then I'm sorry, I apologize for addressing you as Dudu instead of Badu. Viewers, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Like I mentioned earlier on, this is a return of your weekly program, Top Issues on Nation Building. And today, like I mentioned, we have, the president of Bluebee Gambia, a charitable organization. Mr. Jawara, could you tell us, when was Bluebee Gambia established?
Thank you very much. So Bluebee Gambia, like you rightly mentioned, is a charitable organization, and it was established in 2021 in March. It is a charitable organization that was registered under the Companies Act of 2013. So we've been working since then. So the main aim for Bluebee Gambia is to act as actors of a platform to allow other people who are willing to donate in services or with cash or any other form, or even their time and resources, to create the best society for other people, or to create the best living circumstance for other people who may be in need outside there. So this goes, that ranges from the development of the socio-economic challenges that we have right now, the empowerment of the youth, civic education, the concentration on the women and children, the people who are differently abled. So we have quite a large range of people or areas that we want to connect to make sure we get to everyone in the Gambia. So Bluebee Gambia, in essence, is a charitable organization mainly here for the Gambians to help them better the circumstances that they have right now. So it did not just start up, like that. We have two co-founders, including myself. I'm not a co-founder, but I was one of those who participated in the creation of Bluebee Gambia, hence the president of Bluebee Gambia. Mm-hmm. But we decided we could have two co-founders, and these co-founders, one is living in the UK and one is living in Italy. So these people, we came together. We said we wanted to help the Gambian people, we wanted to give back to the Gambian people. So we decided to come up with a platform as such to create the opportunity, the avenue for other people who may be seriously in need of certain basic things, to give them the opportunity to do that. Like I mentioned before, youth empowerment is something that we hold very, very seriously. Also, civic education. Mm-hmm. So, but we go to schools, we talk to these youths. Sometimes we don't have much to give them, but we have what to tell them, to motivate them to keep, to help them keep doing what the right things in society, to help them grow, to become productive members of our society. So if I actually want to tell you everything about Bluebee right now,
take time.
We may not want to leave here, but then I'll just stop here for now and see how this program takes us.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jawara. And then with this, I think their aims and objectives are certain, and it should be, appreciated by any genuine or bona fide, a Gambian down there or any other person. Mr. Jawara, from that, you've mentioned two people who are the co-founders, including you. Hence you are serving as the president. So, what were some of the inspirations you got before establishing this Bluebee Gambia? I know you must get some inspirations behind the formation of this a charitable organization. So what was inspiration?
So like I mentioned earlier, we wanted to find ways to give back to our country, and I feel like this is one of the best ways to give back to your country: giving out to people, helping them, and not expect anything in return. We are not saying the Gambia is a bad country or something. We love our country, it's our country. But what we can do is, aside from the government, what can we do? We cannot be saying the government is going to do so and so and so and so. So we decided, look, we can start something that can grow and eventually help all of Gambian people. And I can tell you, I can assure you that we've already helped a lot of Gambian people, and we never expected anything in return. So Yankuba, like I said, who is a co-founder, and Geneva Toure, who's also a co-founder, myself, the president, and the vice president, Geneva Jobate. These people, when we started talking about Blue P, they were enthused. They all wanted to participate. They all wanted to give back to their country. And the idea came up, with Yankuba. Then, we have the co-founder, Geneva Toure, who was also doing a charity work. And we have Geneva Jobati. And now we have one of the most prominent members of Blue Bee, executive members, we have Kisima Mohamed Conte, who is the current PRO of Blue Bee, who is very, very industrious and very resourceful. So we decided we want to give back to our country, but we don't want to do it just by just saying, okay, we want to give back to our country and expect something. We decided we're going to come up with a charitable organization. And this charitable organization is not just going to be limited to anything. It's going to be open to children. It's going to be open to women. It's going to be open to the youth. It's going to be open to system change. And as a result, we founded Blue Bee Gambia. We registered it under the Companies Act of 2013, and now it is full-fledged. It has been working since 2013. So obviously, you understand it is 2 years running, effectively 2 years running, and counting towards the 3 years. So the main aim is just to give back to the Gambian people and make sure everyone has a better living circumstance.
Oh, I think with that I am inspired. I mean, from your statement, I think at times I do. I mean, have some push and pull with other people who always believe that the government should do all. And then, but the question that I always impose on them is that, what are you doing for yourself first before say the government should do it for you? Sure. So when young ladies and gents came with such an initiative to help people in different aspects, I think we have to applaud you for that. So from there, Mr. Jaura, to move ahead, you've mentioned of some of your aims and objectives. So that one is started. Now we learned that also you are planning to embark on a summer camp. So could you tell us a little about this summer camp, the venue exactly? Let's start with the venue first.
Okay, it will be difficult to actually tell you the venue. I need to give you a prognosis or maybe a background of this whole summer camp. So this is not the first of its kind. It happened in 2022 when it was held in Kuntaya, the North Bank region of the Gambia. So we came up as a group. We said, look, we've been doing this. We've been going to schools, sensitizing students, telling them stuff about the Gambia and stuff about themselves that some of them may not actually uncover at the time, may not have uncovered at the time. So we said, look, we believe we can do even better when we gather a lot of kids together for a week and actually inculcate some things that are going to change the way they see life. At the time, in 2022, at the time, the rise for crimes, were very, very high. The rise for crime was very, very high. The crime rate was rampant in our streets. People were killing each other. There was thievery all the time and rape issues and all of that. So we decided, look, let us have a summer camp. We may not get to all the youths in the Gambia for now, but let us start with something. We targeted 75. And then we ended up having, we targeted 50, but we ended up having a bit more than that, around 65 to 75 participants. So they came, we gave them capacity building trainings, we gave them health education. But most importantly, we gave them the opportunity to learn about the criminal laws of the Gambia. Since we were talking about crimes, we said, let us bring that to their attention. Let them know these are the consequences, potential consequences you may face if you're found wanting, in certain crimes. So we decided to bring up these criminal law things. Myself, I may not call myself an expert, but like the lawyers would say, I'm a lawyer in equity. I had my LLB from the University of the Gambia, graduated with honors. So I said, this is a perfect opportunity for me to give back to the Gambian. To the Gambian people, what I've learned from the university. Exactly. So we decided to have a course on that. We lectured them on the criminal law of the Gambia. We gave them what constitutes murder. We gave them the punishment for murder. We gave them what constitutes theft. We gave them the punishment of theft. What constitutes rape. All the circumstances around rape and all the sexual offenses in the Gambia. and the addition of a new law to the criminal code, which is the Sexual Offences Act. So many people, you would be shocked when you hear some questions, not just from the youths who just graduated, but also from elders of the community who didn't know all of these things existed because they were never taught in class, and they were never lectured or informed in their society, sensitized about it. So we said this was a very good opportunity. In fact, some had to follow us to some places to ask up to date. I have follow-up questions from people asking me about some questions about rape and all of that. In fact, because of that, we're going to bring it into this next the second one, even though it's not going to take center stage like the other one.
Yeah.
So the theme for last year's summer camp was the youths and the society. So the youths and the society, at the time, it was very, very important. So we embarked on that. So we decided that is what we're going to do. So we did it in the North Bank region at the time, in Kuntaya to be specific. Like you said, coming back to your question, now we said, if we are going to the North Bank region, now let's switch positions now. Let's go to the Fonies. Do you understand? And have a place there. Maybe people from the surrounding villages will come, students from the surrounding villages and youths from the surrounding villages, and even elders. This is not open just to the youths. It's open to everyone. Like I said, our services are not limited to a certain group. It's open to all the Gambians. So we are inviting all of them to come and then to participate in this. So this time, we are going to have a different approach. We'll get to that in this program, but we chose Fonyi because we want to.
Yes, Mr. Jawara, another question I want to ask is, why do you choose Fonyi instead of other regions or instead of other areas in our country?
So, like I was mentioning, we started the first one in the North Bank region in Kuntaya. Now we want to touch every part of the Gambia. We want to take it to Fonyi this time. Next time, hopefully, we may take it to Sierra or URR to make sure we get to every part of the Gambia and make sure every kid in the Gambia, every youth in the Gambia, every elderly person in the Gambia who wants to learn about themselves, who wants to know about their country, who wants to develop the country, and who wants to engage in technical conversations and technical education, they will be able to appreciate it, participate, and eventually get whatever they want from it.
Thank you, Mr. Jawara. And then from your, statements, I heard that clearly you've made mention of last year of that your theme was the youth and the society. Or let me say that youth and society, not so.
Yes, sir.
But this year's theme, could you tell us a little bit of this year's theme?
So, like I said the other time, we chose the theme because of the situation at hand, because of the crime rates and all of that. So this time, we want to come with a different approach, because you have people having summer camps. People talk about having the youth, sensitizing them, telling them what to do and all of that. We appreciate that. These things are very, very good. But they are the norms. They are the things that we know. They are the things that we usually do in almost all the summer camps. You get there, you have a topic, talk about the topic, come back, finished. We said, look, let us be extraordinary this time. Let us not be let us not make it the normal summer camp. Let us make it a bit away from the norms. Not wholeheartedly, but some parts of it will be away from the norms. We said, let's choose this. Let's tell them it is going to be helping hands. And then we have a secondary part of it. And the secondary part is what? Helping hands, think outside the box.
Okay.
That is the theme this time. Helping hands, think outside the box. Okay, this means we are going to offer you helping hands. But in doing so, we are going to do it a little bit out of the conventional ways. We are going to bring you different ways to help you. Ways that you've probably never heard of, or no, you've heard of it, but you've probably never been helped in that way. So helping hands, think outside the box simply means gathering youths, students, the elderly, bring them to a platform and ask each and every one of them to set goals. When they set these goals, in this program, we'll make sure each and every one of them, we have activities planned out with them, working side by side with them vis-a-vis with them, to make sure each and every one of them have these activities. And these activities and these events are going to help them achieve these goals. Do you understand? Usually you tell people, set your goal, you need to set your goals, and then if you set your goals, you need to achieve them. But we are saying, no, don't just set your goals. We're going to help you to achieve these goals. How are we going to do it? We are not going to be there. But what we are going to do is simple. We are going to make sure we give you the route, the ways, the means for you to do it. Cognitive, like the technical part of it.
Exactly.
We may not be there when you're doing it. We may not provide you with resources and all of that. But what we can do as an organization is to plan out what you can do to make sure you achieve these goals. Because we have a composition of people who have done a lot of things. Do you understand? Who have done a lot of things. Myself, I graduated from Nusrat Senior Secondary School. When I was graduating, my mom goes to the market and sells. My dad was normal. Or, at the time, it was very difficult because I knew that my mom could not afford to pay for my studies. Mm-hmm. So when I graduated from high school, I was just having a discussion with someone here. When I graduated from high school, before I graduated from high school, I made sure I did everything I could to have one of the best results. And when I got one of the best results, I got a scholarship to actually complete my degree. My mom had nothing to do with that. Now, that was a plan I placed for myself. I didn't have the money to do it, but I did it. Do you understand? Because I probably had some people around me who have been telling me this, or I have seen motivations around me. Mm-hmm. And yes, I saw motivation around me because there was this lawyer around me. It's called Badu SN Conte. You should know him. At the time, he was my mentor. He was someone I saw big, and I wanted to be just like him. Mm-hmm. I was like, no matter what happens, I will have to do law. Do you understand? So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, my mom does not have the money to pay for my studies. So what I can do is my results can pay for my studies. I kept saying that to myself. And what happened? When I graduated, the results were good. Thank God. I went and I got the government scholarship. Do you understand? So when I got this government scholarship, I went to the Faculty of Law, studied, and I graduated with honors. Do you understand? Now, with this, luckily, I got a job at the airport, starting as a firefighter. And I rose to the rank of a senior airport fire officer, divisional fire officer. And now I'm working with the safety unit at the Department of Airport Operations. And thankfully, I have gone to places. My mom was still going to the market when I was going to university. Okay. But I went to places. I traveled to places. I traveled almost all over Europe. And I traveled to other African countries. I didn't have a natural helping hand. But I did it because I penned out plans. I may not say I have achieved all of them now, but I've achieved most of them. How did I do it? I focused. Do you understand? I focused and I had a plan. And that plan is still working. Some people will tell me, okay, you went up to Germany and you came back. Why would you do that? I keep telling them, I have a plan.
Yeah, and
do you understand? I have a plan and this plan has to work. Because I feel like what I would achieve when I actually come back and then build up on my plan would be way more than if I had stayed.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So now I'm still working on that. Now, to come back to what I was telling you, we want to make sure these kids, these youths, these elderly people who may want to join us get the best form of plans, activities, events to help them achieve their goals. First, we want to ensure each and every one of them have a standard goal. What do you want to become? Every year, and I'm talking about yearly goals. For 2024, this is what they're going to be doing. And they need to start planning from 2023. Start planning, okay, what is your goal? My goal is to go to university. How do you intend to go to the university?
Big question.
Do you understand? How do you intend to go there? Okay, what is your situation right now? My situation is that I have these kind of results, but I need to improve on this. We stipulate a plan for you. Make sure you get these results. How are you going to get them? To the last detail. And I mean every person, each and every person. We want to make sure it's efficient. We don't just want to come and stand and say, okay, if you're going to be, you have to do this, you have to do. No, we come to Ibrahima, we come to Kekuta, we come to another person and tell them, look, what is your situation? Your situation is different from Ibrahima's. Ibrahima's situation is different from Kekuta. Kekuta's system is this situation is different from Badu's. Now we customize each person's situation to yourself and make sure your plan works out and make sure you achieve your goal in the nearest possible future. So this is the aim of the theme this year, helping hands think outside the box.
Interesting theme there. Viewers, just to remind you, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And of course, it is your show, Top Issues on Nation Building. And today we have the gentleman here, who is not a person, but Mr. Badu Jawara, the president of Blue Bee Gambia Charitable Organization. Mr. Badu, to proceed, you've mentioned about the theme, which is so captivating, of course. Now, let's dwell into the duration. How long will this summer camp last?
So last year it was a week-long summer camp, and this year it's no different. It's going to be a week-long summer camp. We hope to, like you said, like you mentioned, I like that word, captivate each and every one of them. We hope to make sure, because we could have made it a day or two, but no, we believe if we actually can spend time with these people for a week long, we would be able to inculcate something in them. Look, we don't want to just jump and say, we want to go on a summer camp because we did it last time, so we want to do. No. We need to have viewpoints. Like you said, Fine TV viewpoints. I like that.
Exactly.
We need to have viewpoints. We need to make sure we have a plan. Do you understand? And we need to be fighting something. Do you understand? So it is the opportunity for us this time of the year to gather youths and to talk to them about their lives and to make sure we improve their lives. So we believe you may not be able to do that in a day or two. You may not even be able to cover it efficiently in a week. But these things are challenging. If you know anything around summer camps, you know they're very challenging. They're not easy. So you do with what you have. But we don't want any kid to leave that summer camp without feeling refreshed, refined, do you understand, rejuvenated. We want each and every one of them. If you're to leave that platform, you'll be going there. You'll be going back to the society differently. You'll be a person who would think about your choices twice before you make any. You'll be someone who would take their time to make sure they become productive members and resourceful members of this society. I keep saying that because if all of us become productive members and resourceful members of this society, the Gambia will move forward, fixed. But we have self-centered people. People, when they get to a certain position, they're finished, they're done. I'm receiving this money, I'm getting this, I'm getting that. I'm not going to do any other thing for the Gambian people. I feel like that is not it. We want to make sure these kids, these youths, these elderly people who may want to join us, be like that. Let them think like that. Let them feel like they can do something for their society. Don't just get something and leave like that. No. Once you have a certain position, wherever it is, internationally, nationally, make sure you do something. Who started this? These people are outside the Gambia, but they're still giving back. Hopefully we'll have one of our co-founders. Last year we had both of our co-founders who paid their air tickets from all the way from Italy and UK respectively to the Gambia. So we are doing it a week long to make sure we get into the heads of each and every one of them. Do you understand? Thank you very much.
Okay, now moving into the, I have a question. That is, hence you are going down there to meet people from different backgrounds. At times, some would come with different, issues. So to people who are finding it very difficult to choose a career, because at times it happens. You see in a family, your parents will force you to do law while you want to do, while you want to be a teacher. So in such, a perspective, what is the stand of Blue Bee Gambia? Hence you are going down there to meet people in the provincial Gambia.
Okay, before answering that, I want to go back to the previous question. I said a week long, but I didn't say exactly when to when. Exactly. It is going to start from the 24th of August to the 28th of August. All right? The 24th of August should be on a Thursday, and the 28th of August should be on a Monday. So I'm hoping from this platform, people would want to join and want to participate. This is open to everyone, not just the people who are living in Fonyi. If you're living in Bakau, Banjul, Brikama, Gunjur, or Kiang, or any other place, you are highly invited to come and participate in this. In fact, to me, the more people we have, the better. If we can have 1,000 people, I know we may not be able to feed all of them. Yeah. But trust me, if we can pull up 1,000 people, it means we are doing something right somewhere. So, we would appreciate anyone who wants to participate. And to participate is just to fill out a form. each and every one of us, is doing it. Myself, I'm doing it. I'm buying a form. Form is $200. This is just to commit each and every one of them. I mean, when you look at 200, I mean, what does it buy you?
Yeah,
in a week? $200 will not be able to sustain you for a whole week. Your breakfast, your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner. So, but we're doing that to make sure you appreciate what you're doing, because some people, if they don't
put something, they will not take it seriously.
But it's not for anything. It's to help us with our preparations, obviously, because we require it, we need it. But also, it's to make sure we commit you to something. All right. So, to your next question, kindly remind me.
Yeah, the question is, at times, since you are going down
choice of career.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right. So this we've had questions like this in our previous summer camp, and we always have questions like this whenever we visit schools and all of that. So you see students who may tell you, look, I want to do this, but my parents want me to do this. Even grown-ups, even people going to the university, you will see them switch. They will start something and eventually they said, look, I cannot do it because I was doing it for my parents, so I have to switch. What I'm saying this, it's not actually to the kids or to the youths. It's to the parents. You've lived your life. You bore a child. So now it's your responsibility to guide the child, not necessarily to tell the child what career path to choose. You can guide the child. If the child comes to you and says, okay, I want to be a pilot, you'll be, oh, that is nice, that is fine. But don't you think it's just my opinion? I mean, it's just my opinion. Don't you think this and this would may help? You give the child the opportunity to defend why he or she wants that.
Exactly.
Let's be open-minded. The Gambia, some of us are not open-minded, I can assure you this. Because sometimes I help kids, these youths from university to apply for their master's programs, abroad and all of that. So when they come to me, they'll be like, oh, no, I just want to study this course. Why? I don't really like it, but I have to study it. Why? Because my dad wants me to study it. It makes no sense to me. I'm serious. It makes no sense to me.
Exactly.
One advantage that I've had is the openness when it comes to education. Maybe because perhaps my mom was not educated or is not educated. That's why it's like that. But I became a grown-up when I was a kid. I don't know if you understand that statement. Like, I had to grow quickly to get there. My mom never went to school. My dad was not around. So it was very difficult for someone to tell me this and this and this. So my mom was not actually telling me, do this, because my mom does not actually understand.
What is there?
So I had to make the decisions on my own. It was good. For me, it was easy because I had motivation there. Like I said, I saw a lawyer. The person was prosperous, industrious and all of that. I was like, okay, this is something I can venture in and do that. But then when I entered the law, I realized I actually have more passion to ensure justice is established than I want to make money. It's confusing, but that is it. So all I can do is to advise, because if I actually ask you that I'm going to change what your parent is telling you, I'm not your parent, and I don't have the rights over you that they have. But what I can do is, this is a platform, a very good platform, to inform other parents, to tell them, you've lived your life. You've had children. Now guide them. Don't ask them what to do. Guide them onto the right path. Guide them in a way that is going to help them. If someone had asked you to do all of the things that you didn't want to do, imagine where it would land you. So what you need to do is very simple. Make sure you guide them. Just make sure they don't go astray. And make sure let them take a career path that is going to be beneficial to them and to the society. That is all I can tell you. And that is all we tell these people whenever we meet on platforms.
Interesting, and I hope that is a very good pragmatic step that you took to overcome such challenges from children or from any other person who has been involved. Now, Mr. Jaura, moving down to the challenges that you faced in terms of organizing. We all know, I mean, not only for your Blue Gambia or for our Blue Gambia, but for other organizations, whenever they're organizing such issues, it is always hectic.
Yes.
So, in terms of, or in the area of Blue Gambia, what are some of the challenges that you guys encounter towards this summer camp?
Yeah. obviously, I think you're asking me that question, but I have a feeling you already know what our biggest challenge is. It's a challenge for everyone.
Exactly.
Everyone has the same challenge. And in the Gambia here, you have people with ideas. You have people who are willing to do it because they have the energy and they have the time to do it. But they always get stuck because of one reason. I mean, the whole world, because of one reason: funds. But we are Blue Bee, Gambia. We are mighty in terms of generating funds for ourselves. The Gambian people, like I said, think outside the box. The Gambian people believe you should just be begging or asking for people to help.
Or waiting on the government.
Yeah, we do that. I'm not saying we don't do that. We do that. But we take a step ahead. What we do is we make sure sometimes we use our energy, money, and actually do it. The last time, just before we went for our summer camp, we had a car wash activity at the village. I was the president. I was there. The CEO of this fine TV. I mean, I don't know if that is the right portfolio for me to mention. The CEO of the Kekuta was with us, and he saw me, the president. I was actually cleaning more vehicles than the rest. I didn't mind because I knew what the money was going to be used for. My car was there. I didn't even start by washing my car. That was the last vehicle. In fact, I almost did it alone. I had to just spray it like this a little just so I could go. I didn't even spend time on it.
Yeah.
But I spent a great deal of time on other vehicles because they were giving us something. And now if whatever they gave us at the time, it was well matched in a way that we deserved it at the time. Because they didn't just give us anything. We did something for them and they gave us something. These are the initiatives that we are doing. So the biggest challenge that we have is funds, tapping funds. We've written letters to some organizations so they could help in terms of, we don't ask for much. What we are asking for is to get our t-shirts, our certificates, and our feeding. Because the rest is in our heads. The rest is in our bodies for us to do all these things. So if we can have the feeding properly, proper certificates, and the t-shirts, the rest, we can handle it. All right. So, but it's very, very difficult. As I'm speaking to you, up to this time, we are finding it difficult to tap funds. But we are still asking. We are still doing our ways, going about things very diplomatically, and then seeing how we can get stuff right. Also, we want to initiate the car wash again, and possibly have a walk around to people and tell them, look, this is what we are doing. This is how we believe you can help. Please do something for the Gambian people. So we are initiating all these things. I'm not the only person, but we have people working on the background. I'm just the president. But we have people, like I said, doing everything they can to ensure this is a success. Trust me, the last time before we started, people nearly gave up. I had to stand and say, look, if we are faced with every challenge and we decide to back down, then we are not a charitable organization. You need to understand that this is a charitable organization where you do stuff and not expect anything. Luckily, my charisma and my understanding of the situation helped us. And we decided to embark on it. And it was successful. It was actually one of the most successful summer camps I've ever been to. And trust me, I've been to international summer camps. So I know what it means to be a successful summer camp. People were still talking about it. Even after it was done, they were still asking questions to learn more about the things that we were learning there. So to me, understanding and doing whatever you're doing rightly is what is more important.
Yeah, I think one thing I have to applaud you for is that you have a mission or like a target. And then your target is not just to go and talk to people, only talking to them mere talks.
Yes.
But also, to inculcate or to impact something in them.
Sure.
That if they go back to the society, they could be able to, share with their colleagues down there. Yeah. So I think that is, a very good step. Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask about some of the preparation to overcome these, these challenges. But there's already been answered from your statement.
Okay.
So now we proceed to the expectations from this particular, summer camp. What are some of the events that you are going to embark on to enable these young, boys and girls or any other person who is present there to learn or to make sure that something is being inculcated in that particular person?
You mean the advice?
Yeah, I know, like the expectation that you, what do you expect from this summer camp?
Okay. Greatness. This summer camp, to be honest, may actually turn out to change a lot of lives. Yeah, it may change the lives of a lot of youths. I can assure you this, because the plans are that we're going to create a platform for them, whether you like it or not. As long as you're there and you're under our purview, we are going to create a platform for you to be on, to be able to plan out the way your life is going to unfold the next year. Hopefully, if all your plans work out, you may want to participate in the following summer camp. Now, this is a continuous thing. We started it in 2022, but that does not mean, and we're doing it in 2023. It does not mean we're going to stop it. We are hoping this is going to go at a national level eventually, where the whole of the Gambia will be invited, and they will all come. Do you understand?
Yes.
So the expectation is that come learn about yourself, something that you've never known about yourself. Come change the way you see things. Come change your life. Come create a plan for yourself. Make sure you become a better version of yourself, because I assure you, you will always leave that place a better version of yourself. You are going to leave that place a better version of yourself, and we can never fall short as far as the expectations are concerned. This is my confidence. Inshallah, with the help of Allah, I have no doubt that once you participate fully, efficiently, and properly, you will leave that place a changed person. Because trust me, you're going to be faced by people who've gone through almost all the challenges Gambia has to offer. Do you understand? And they still surmounted all of them. And they are where they are, and they will have stood before you, having surmounted all those challenges. So you need to understand that these people have experience, first-hand experience. They've lived it, and they will stand in front of you and tell you. Like, I just told you a brief part of my story, but if you actually have to know everything, you would understand that alone should be able to change another person's life.
Exactly.
I assure you this. Do you understand? So myself and many other people who have bigger stories than I have will be there, and they will inculcate all this stuff. Capacity building. You will have capacity building. Do you understand? Health education. We ensure this is always there, because these are the kids. They need to be able to take care of themselves. The youths need to be able to take care of themselves. It's a problem. Sometimes when you go to the hospital, you see people being informed certain things that are very common, and they're shocked that these things are actually true. Do you understand?
Exactly.
And like I said, planning out your life. And also fun. Because you're with kids. If you want them to learn, you need to refresh them all the time.
Exactly.
And we all know how to refresh them, especially Gambian people. Let them have fun. We don't mind. We have a specific policy for that. There is going to be fun every night, every day, in between our programs. Because this is how we believe we can get to them.
Yeah.
You cannot just come and say, okay, learn, and bam. They will forget.
Yeah.
And they will get irritated. Also, they will lose attention. You don't want that to happen. But can I assure you these funds? I mean, I still consider myself a service personnel. And you know, when it comes to fun, what these service personnel can do, we can do. So these are the experience that I want to bring in. Other people want to bring in. I have our Secretary General, who is right now, I believe, coordinator for the President's Award Scheme, regional coordinator, I believe. We have Mohamed Conte, very experienced. We're going to have a lot of people. He comes with a team, the Secretary General.
Okay.
Adam Afati comes with a team, and we do all of these things. Yankuba last year was very, very efficient in terms of that. He was very efficient. In fact, it's going to be a huge loss for us not to have him. We are hoping in the dying minutes, in the 11th hour, he may just change his mind, or he may just be able to free. Not that he does not want to come, but he is occupied.
Right.
He may be free to be able to join us. That would be a great thing. And of course, our mother, our sister, our friend, the co-founder Jenna Bature, always makes every place lively. So we are going to educate them, but we are also going to entertain them, and we are going to live lifelong experiences with them.
Yeah, I think in the area of entertainment, that reminds me of a statement while I was in the primary school, where they say, all work, no play makes you a dull boy.
Perfect.
So when you want to inculcate something in people, most importantly students, or young boys and girls, you have to put in some fun, so that they will be able to know and also to practicalize that thing that they are learning from you.
Exactly.
So it is also important that to the viewers to remind you, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. Mr. Jawara, we have to change direction from English to Mandinga, at least for a while, so that those listening there who can speak English or who can't hear can be able to understand what Mr. Jawara is trying to put across. So Mr. Jawara, Blue Bee nata nyadile. What do you understand about Blue Bee?
Yeah, by the way, before I come back to go to Mandinga, someone just sent me a text saying me telling me Dudu. To remind people, my name is not Dudu, it's actually Badu Jawara.
Yeah, I think I have to apologize wholeheartedly for that. I addressed him as Dudu, instead he is Badu. So I beg your pardon for that.
The person knows my name very well. Okay. Mandinga menol mba kontonna. Ntolem Blue Bee Gambia, ntolem President Badu Jawara. Wele jan nim Fine TV lem. Be tentulam be jeyla. Yen soto jan nyaming. So bi na diamu tata minto na kachata tembeta minto wolem Blue Bee Gambia nata na nyaming anala soma camp minka nanante. Ninko soma camp wolem mol ka campo minke kom ka mol tembendi ke be kayandi ne nanang nganyo karandi nganyo kaya je fako pay nganyo konoto dia. So wala na bi mbijang. So bari jannim bitala nyato fana ifo nga fem for Blue Bee la karola. Blue Bee mung charitable organization dia ninko charity organization mi anon ko ate mung diro aka wala ke nga deda 2021 le March karola. So Blue Bee Gambia tela intentional mimiti tol mimila fannati wolem kalo dinngole kalo musole kalo mole milialon ko isulata mako irlo bari ibo ke la nyami ko ke nyami wolem ika dilala landi mole milialon ko ila faka mol mako milialon ko ila faka mol konoto dia ya soto nyaawo nya ya ko dolem bang ila fenke funding ke ya lembang ila fengo femialon kasi mol mako no puru doli la nyanto soto isaje dol fana mil bije million ko sula ta fengol dole man tar kam soto tumando bato e fana sa soto. So Blue Bee Gambia ma be soto bari ika mol nati le milti mol ma ko ni. So wolen Blue Bee Gambia la fenkoti comme nga fa nyami dindingol musol aning mol million ko e balol man tembe baake. So kachani fo tata daming wolen na soma kam comme nga mi fo min kananante ayanda ka ke August le 24 kataka labang August 28 anda bakela fonile sibanor jefonto sibanor sateoto. So Blue Bee Gambia natana labang kaminke wolem alala makoy roto in Fine TV kachata felebe makoy kam puru mole long yebo nyin kala maka foko nyin kulo kanake ani nyin ko binake la janne ana bakela nyi watol la. So Blue Bee Gambia ba mobe danila momi yalon ko isinano yana siba nor wo sate o fonto on the 24th yen taraje nganyo kono to dia nganyo karandi nganyo makoy nganyo badi ya wo on the 24th fonto kata fo on the 28th isaye momo binala je nyin dindingol miliyan ko jita karam moto ke bal min banna sate wol kono ani mol miliyan ko Gambia la nyato ta be sondo moto keta fenti miyan ko adiate e bak de be invite lam ba fule be nanan e kafuma ngana nyin kambe ngoke nga Gambia samba nyato amang easy aketa fengoti mi alon ko adimintal do mondi because min keta pour ka nyin kool be kentol be ngalon ne isula ta kodol andum ka kodo fongo soto pour ka be ke aka diminne so ngamin ken ka mol danile pour en ma koy bari mbika dango dam malade do kamin ken fongol kan na fonding ke ya tale ngata nga dun sate ko ngam fam ma koy o sango min tambita la nga kenu 2022 bari nga kenu kuntaya not bank regional nyinto data la nga bate mfutata je alhamdulillah anata na successful apete ata bake mol karanta je hani bi mol bakaranka in faka ya tinale dol mil tata lunje o sango min tambita illa faka na nan foni fana so ka foko mbake kam foni le wala na foni ko dam mala nyanta kana o wontede mo ba fuka mo be na iba Gambia dawda iba gunjurle wo iba birkamale wo iba serakunda le wo ba fuka mo be na ka to nyum fennete mi alon ko purun tolle amu fennete pour mi yalon ko pour na dimbayande ma ninna dinnugol mil be ke baya kan pour ngi konoto dianga yitande ko duniya en ka tatel en ka tembe tembe. So nen na team jibe nyin sangola na kumandi helping hands think outside the box wala ka nyoma ko ro bulo min ka ma ko ro ke foka pare ba ke la nyamin ba ke la nyamin na aninna normal wesol manta so ba ke la mi alon ko ata tembe la comme tol ngamira ba ke la nyamin bari ba katala ay ka koti mi alon ko hani atara atelman ntolla ma folondi ya ay ke fenti mi alon ko mone tan nyina so wolen Blue Bee Gambia la do koti wolen manta bendi jang felen sita jam bala cool fokam so bari comme ngami foda ma ninga ma ko ro soto molia abe ma ko la bakele ibaji la nyun ko on sa keno very efficiently because min kata wolen ni ka nyun ko ke domoro yenta ka di mol ka tita e mol kan men di tili dulu e man fendi la be min do man yenta ka da sa mo di la konto ma ni simo foka pare e ba t-shirt min dunna pour ka ko min fongo yitandi and at the end of the day ni pareta il faut ye kaito di la ka foko e ni training si fa kele wala fongo gena important so wala na ba ma ko ro ni ka kamba foko momo e mi alon ko isi ma ko ro keno nyaawonya be danila yem ma ko ini idea fanan soto si min diro mo la mi simol ma ko no pour nga soto la famille ba foko ye nana donc mbi jande we are here for Gambia wala nan ka fo Blue Bee Gambia ma fo Blue Bee Serakunda Blue Bee Farato wala Blue Bee Brikama
wala Blue Bee
Kian ko Blue Bee Gambia bel tamu anyande keke na nyantulti anyande keke fengoti mi alon ko nyanta ka tale ngake ntati fakabare ngamuna fangala so so nyin diamo be tata nata askeno mbanyina la fengol dolla ngami fondo angale kaunto bari ngalo ne dal nga jama bal fole mi alon ko asim be mako eno comme nga fo nyami again ma form sol bi jele pour momo mi alon ko yalla faka participate yalla faka join ñing soma kampoto form sol kata for $200 system manda so isi form sol sanno at the moment right now maybe in number to know jang immediately after ñing fonko programme so momo si fine tv jeno ni ka chata dama si fen sotono mi ya longa ko okay so number fanam bi jele mi alon ko ise call no form sol 3814702 3814702 nsitano fana nga form nga number dol ta million ko africell lebe bulu isi number call no min tata ko 7592265 7592265 ni la fa fana form do la eman wo number be soto isi 3337015 call no 3337015 so ninem number ti million ko ni la fa form o nyinna isi call no aliya jibial be benna nyami yan formal dila and after yena nan when you formal be mako la pour yeka participant do because la faka participant sol be la register and ni ngay register sa en balon ne email ba do kula ni email ta do kula no so akata nate bina la kanya akata bake en formal yena nan yola ya be feel ina so nyinem idea nyinti sama campaign samba basila bimo on the 16 lati sama kam nimbakela on the 24th le ba mo be danila be ba fole ni la fa karangola mi alon ko stiliru lo kono min se la life falino se la dunia falino se la balu falino ñinem opportunity ñinem siloti ñen kata minna ñananan yen join sama camp isa nga be nga ke nga commencer nen bismillah la nga ku fani alhamdulillah la andum be sitanu la kayro kono be ngata nga falling nga ke multimillion ko man na Gambia ma ko la ita ñaato manin banko makela banko dum kelti makela banko kele jawarolti pour banko e ta ñaato pour banko e sabati pour ko be tem ala baraka ba
Abarka bagi Mr. Amir Jawara, the president of Blue Bee Gambia, adlum nyadon good mialanko, adlum president of Blue Bee Gambia Charitable organization. Amir koko binyami yasin and the bagale, so maring kiangul, jarangul, nyumingul, badibungul. Yal bekuman di pral bank siba nor fomo is only $200. Ya feel dalum yat na yu fomo na pukat na mul sawar no ko into nyami because akweda mul lalko musay mul ay mon ko ni dami because sawar je. So at least new 200 ya jo if you feel this sawar no kata ka mabe fo anin fana karambage so kamala I mean ibal command laji plumbeta benji 24 to 28 of this August month August 2023 sibano sate dumbe fo nyama jam fa bage now I mean coming back to English Mr. Jawara
okay.
What is your final statement that you have for the populace or for the mass in this country?
Actually, first of all, I want man the first part of my final statement to be a huge thank you to Fine TV. Fine TV, I mean, you guys have been with us since inception, since we started, to be honest. I remember the first interview I've ever had was with Fine TV as the president of Blue Bay Gambia. And then you've done a fine job in making sure, you publicly announce all our events, in making sure you give us the advertisement that we need. We are asking you to continue whatever you are doing. We are pleading with you to continue whatever you're doing. And we are telling you from the bottom of our hearts that we appreciate everything that you're doing. I mean, this is evidence to what I've been saying. I mean, we have a crucial event coming up, and you are not relenting. You're asking us to come. It was your idea. We did not actually ask you to bring us here, but it was your idea to bring us here, which means you have the development of the Gambia at heart. And I will implore you to continue doing that, because by helping Bluebee and other charitable organizations, trust me, you're helping the Gambia. You may not understand, but you're doing a massive, massive job. We've changed the lives of people the last time, and you guys were with us. And we're going to change the lives of a lot of people this time, and you guys are with us. So, I appreciate everything you're doing. And finally, to the team, to the Bluebee Gambia team, the executive, I appreciate their efforts. I appreciate everything they're doing. I mean, if I actually have to show my appreciation right now here, then we wouldn't leave this place. But to assure you, if I actually had the money, the financial abilities right now, they would know how much I appreciate them. Not that I'm going to give it to them, but to show them that Bluebee is actually a huge thing, and Bluebee is not a small thing. We don't hold it small. I don't consider it small. I consider it a big thing. Trust me. We may come and leave. Our kids may come and leave, but Bluebee will be here to stay. I assure you this. It's not something that is here to die or anything. It is very difficult. It is very rough with the executive. It's always rough. It's not easy because you're working and you're not getting paid. You are asked to pay your fare to come for meetings. You're not getting paid. You are asked to make contributions, and you are not expected to receive that money again. But it is going to a place where it's going to be very, very, very helpful to other people. So I appreciate them. I tell them, keep doing the good job. And I also appreciate our co-founders, Yankuba Fati and Jana Bature. I appreciate them. I mean, 100%. They have been very supportive. They are always, always prepared to help. Someone who has gone to the extent of paying a whole air ticket purposely for Bluebee Gambia shows appreciation, shows dedication. Do you understand? So they're not leaving it in our hands. We are doing it together. And that is something that I appreciate 100%. All right. To the Gambian people, there is an opportunity to change your lives. There is an opportunity to change the lives of your kids. There is an opportunity to make this society a better place. There is an opportunity to make yourselves better versions. This is an opportunity to do everything nice and well for the Gambia. Now, if this opportunity actually slips through your hands or fingers, it will be very, very derogatory. So I implore each and every Gambian who is willing, who is able-bodied, to make sure you participate in this upcoming summer camp. Like I said, if we have 1,000 participants, it means we're doing something right somewhere.
Exactly.
And it means our membership is going to grow. And it also means the people, the targeted audience will be huge. And this is the aim. Because we feel like the more people getting our stories, the better the Gambia is going to be.
Exactly.
Do you understand? So this is an opportunity to change your lives. This is an opportunity to be productive members of your society. Also, some people who have lost track of their lives, this is an opportunity to come back on track with your life.
For your head.
Do you understand? So all forms of education will be found in the summer camp. People may be saying he's overselling it, but no, I've lived it. The first time we did the summer camp, it was successful. It was really, really good. So, and I assure you, the preparations this time are much better than the first time, which means this time is going to be much, much better. And the last time was really successful. So imagine the success that we are anticipating.
Meaning things are going.
They are going to be better. As we go, they're going to be much, much better. And I assure you, anyone who participates, it's not because of the form or anything, but anyone who participates, you will leave that place a better man. You will leave that place a better woman. You will leave that place a better boy and a better girl. I assure you this. Because we have people who are willing, who are already preparing themselves to change your lives. People who have lived it, like I said before, first-hand information, first-hand experience. So I implore the parents who are going to be signing the consent forms of these kids to make sure they sign them as soon as possible, to make sure they give all the support to the kids to ensure that they get there on time, to ensure that they get there prepared with everything they require. Because this is something that may be a life-changing moment for your kids. It may be something that may be a long-lasting experience for your kids. So utilize it, optimize their potentials, harness their qualities, whatever you need to do. So this is what I have to say to the Gambians and to each and every Bluebee member. This is an opportunity to come and show the world that you can actually do it. Because, like I said, platforms will be created for each and everyone to tell us their stories, to tell us what they can do, to tell us how they are going to do it. And I believe with our cordial and conjunction relationship, we are going to get it the best way. We are going to make sure we have the best versions of each and everyone over there, and eventually we are going to become productive members of the Gambia. Thank you very much.
Interesting. And I wish you good luck in your program.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, viewers, just to remind you, this is Fine TV Gambia, your only viewpoint. And of course, it is your program also, Top Issues on Nation Building. With me here was Mr. Badu Jawara. Yes. Now I will not address you as Dudu. And I beg your pardon for addressing you as Dudu. Badu. So, this was, the interview with him, and then we've heard all what he said about Bluebee Gambia, a charitable organization. So, see you there in Sibanon on the 24th of August 2023 to the 28th of August 2023. We are at the summer camp will hold, and of course he made it very clear that it's going to be a very inclusive and of course an educative moment for any person who is able to be there. So see you there, and thank you till next time. I was your host Ibrahim. Bye bye.